Hi guys, it's Heather, the Butterfly Effect plant-based weight loss. And today is Monday, and that makes it Motivation Monday. And I just want to check in with you on a couple of things. And then I have a very special mission that I want to accomplish. And so I want to get right to that. So two things. Tomorrow is the last day of the Nick's After 6 challenge, which was where you're going to stop eating any food after 6 p.m. or 3 hours before bedtime, because all of our schedules vary. We decided to make it that you would stop eating any food 3 hours before bedtime. And if you did that for the contest period, which was October the 2nd through tomorrow night, so you got to still get through tomorrow night, and tomorrow night is Halloween, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for some of us to get through Halloween without eating after 6 p.m. or without eating 3 hours before bedtime. But if you were able to do that and you were perfect, or you didn't eat anything between October 2nd and October 31st for 3 hours before bed, I want you to post on the video that I'm going to make on November 1st. And so if you'll post and just say, I participated and I didn't eat for 3 hours before bedtime between October 2nd and October 31st. I'm going to post that both here and also in my Facebook group, which is the Butterfly Effect, raw and plant-based weight loss. And I will take the names of everybody that participated in that and did that, and they will be eligible for a drawing for a $30 gift card from Amazon.com. And so good luck, you guys. I hope that you did it, and I hope that you win. But I just wanted to wrap up that contest and remind you that that's going on. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about that also ends tomorrow is that I am a finalist in the After 40 New Beginnings, or New Beginnings After 40 contest at the Oaks at Ojai Spa. And I was nominated by all of you guys, and I so appreciate it. And so I'm putting the link to vote. Today and tomorrow are the last 2 days that you can vote for me if you so choose to do that. Everybody who's already voted, I so thank you. And my understanding is you can actually vote as many times as you want. So if you've already voted and you want to vote again, I would really appreciate your vote. As you guys know, I took off 300 pounds with just eating a plant-based diet, an unprocessed vegan diet, no pills, no potions, no weight loss surgery. And so I just want to get the word out to people that you can do that it's possible to take off weight by eating a health promoting diet and staying away from all the processed food that is the standard American diet. And so you can help me get the word out by voting for me for this contest. And it's wonderful. I would win a week at that spa, which that would be such an amazing way to celebrate having taken off 300 pounds. So I just appreciate and love you guys. I am not even gonna lie, I already feel like a winner because I've gotten so much love and support, starting with the nomination and all of the votes and everybody voting for me multiple times. So whether or not I win, I'm just completely grateful and love you guys, and I appreciate you voting for me if you feel called to do that. Okay, now to repay you for your kindness, I have a mission today that I told you about. Tomorrow is Halloween in the United States. Well, I think it's Halloween everywhere, but it's celebrated in the United States as a sugar orgy, we get dressed up in costumes and we do scary stuff. I'm down with all that. But the scariest thing about Halloween to me is the sugar, because we tend to think of sugar as being harmless and ubiquitous. It's everywhere, and it is everywhere, but it is not harmless. And my goal today is to ruin sugar for you. I want you to hate sugar, to be scared of it, not to be scared of it, but to realize that it's extremely dangerous, that it's not harmless, and it's not a good thing to be feeding our kids. And it really does have some dire health consequences. And I'm going to go over those with you. And hopefully by the end, this will help you to say no to those fun-sized bars and the big bars and all of the popcorn balls and candy apples and the thousands of ways that we get sugar. That's one of the biggest problems with sugar, is it's in everything. They even put it in fast food burgers, in the meat and in the bun. And so if you had a fast food meal, you would be getting sugar not only in the soft drink or the milkshake that you know it's in, but also in the hamburger bun, the hamburger itself. The French fries actually have dextrose in them, which is a kind of sugar. And so there's sugar in literally everything, like taco mix and ketchup and just anything that you can think of that's a commercially prepared product. It has sugar these days. Even salt shake, like if you buy a package of salt, many of them have sugar as an anti-caking agent. So even your salt has sugar in it. It's crazy. Okay, so why is sugar so bad? Why am I freaking out? You're freaking out, Heather. Why are you freaking out? Okay, so first of all, let's just call it what it is. Sugar is a drug. Just like a poppy on its own is not, is just a beautiful flower, but if I refine the poppy seed, you can have poppy seeds in a muffin and it won't do anything to you. But if I crush those poppy seeds and refine it a certain way, I get heroin. Coca leaves people have in Colombia, and they chew on it, and they get like a lift, like about a half a cup of coffee. Like even old people, even kids chew it like gum. It's not a drug. I mean, it has some drug-like effects, but it's very mild. But you refine that coca down to a white powder, you have cocaine. Highly addictive, highly harmful. Nobody would disagree that heroin and cocaine are harmful. Well, let's talk about sugar. So sugar, do you know how much sugar cane it takes to get 1 teaspoon of sugar? 3 feet, 36 inches, 1 meter of sugar cane is required to make even 1 teaspoon of sugar. So if you want to gnaw on sugar cane in its natural form, go right ahead, knock yourself out. I don't know if it's good for your teeth, but refined sugar is a dangerous drug. It's not a food. It doesn't occur in nature, wasn't made by God in that form, and it's not something that we should be using. It's very dangerous. We already know that it's bad for your teeth. It creates acids. It feeds the plaque that makes acids that ruin your teeth. So if you want to have shiny, beautiful teeth, and you don't like the dentist chair, and you don't want cavities, and you don't want to lose your teeth and be toothless when you're old, that's one reason to stay off of sugar. It has so table sugar is sucrose, and it has glucose in it, and it also has fructose. And fructose by itself is super destructive. It can overload your liver, and it leads to a condition called NASH, which is non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. And that's a condition where fat builds up in your liver. And if you have NASH, you have inflammation and liver cell damage. And of course, the liver is a very vital organ that filters out all of the toxins that we take in. And you cannot live without a liver. And there are people who need liver transplants because they have NASH. If you've been told you have fatty liver disease, that is scarring on your liver and fat that has accumulated in your liver, and it's from sugar. It's a main cause. Sugar creates insulin resistance, and that is a stepping stone toward metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. So what is metabolic syndrome? Well, metabolic syndrome is a cluster of conditions which are increased blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist. Do you want a big belly? You want to be really fat in your gut? Go ahead and eat a lot of sugar, right? Abnormal cholesterol. Excuse my messing that up. Abnormal cholesterol and triglyceride levels. And when those occur together, it is like a bomb going off in your health. Like it's just destructive all over the place. It increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and cancer. So pick one. Sugar contributes to all of those. Sugar also causes insulin resistance. So that leads to type 2 diabetes. So what's supposed to happen is that sugar comes into your cells, sugar comes into your bloodstream. Your insulin surges and it escorts the sugar into your muscles so it can be used to fuel the muscles. But if you already have fat in your muscles, then it's almost like it's a doorman going to a hotel and says, here's a guest, I'm going to check them into their room. And then they go and knock on the door and the bellhop says, I have this, they say, hello, and there's already somebody in the room, and that is fat, okay? So then the sugar continues to surge in your bloodstream. Sugar is crystalline. It has little sharp edges, and as it's flowing through your bloodstream, it's cutting those tiny blood vessels and causing them to bleed, especially, the very delicate blood cells that feed your kidneys and the very delicate blood vessels that feed your eyes. And that is why people who are diabetic often have trouble with their kidneys and often have trouble with their vision, and you can go blind. You can lose fingers and toes. You can have non-healing sores. Diabetes is super serious, and we want to avoid it at all costs. And we want to avoid eating sugar because sugar also causes your insulin to surge. What do they call insulin? The hunger hormone. So you want to be more hungry all the time so that you'll gain more weight? Eat some sugar. We've all had that experience where we were eating something sugary. Like I used to eat donuts, and I would eat 1 or 2 donuts, and then I would feel, oh, I'm full. I'm kind of sick of this taste. I don't want to eat any more sugar. But about 5 minutes later, I wonder if there's any more donuts. And that is because my insulin is still surging, making me want more sugar because it couldn't get out of my bloodstream because there was too much sugar present. And the other thing it does is it blocks leptin. Well, leptin is the hormone that tells you that you're satiated, that you're not hungry anymore. So not only is insulin the hunger hormone, but it's blocking what tells you when you are full. And that is terrible because leptin is also what makes you want to move and be active and makes you feel good. And so you definitely don't want to be blocking your leptin. Sugar has an effect on your hormones and on your brain, giving it unique fat promoting effects. So it's more likely to give you problems with putting on weight. In women, sugar can cause hormone disruption that contributes to infertility or also PMS and the painful periods, cramping, painful ovulation, uncontrolled eating, and cravings with the menstrual cycle, acne, mood swings and crying jags, and migraines. Ladies, I suffered with all of those things, and also chin hairs, and all of that kind of stuff. that's all optional, and a lot of it is caused by sugar disrupting your hormones. Because it causes a massive dopamine release in your brain, sugar is highly addictive, and it targets the same part of your brain as cocaine and alcohol, and so it's very much related to those. Sugar is a leading cause of obesity in both children and adults, and it causes a myriad of health problems and a devastating loss of self-esteem. I don't have to tell you guys how devastating it is to be fat. It's a horrible, like you completely lose your self-esteem. It is a contributor to heart disease and stroke, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, gallbladder disease and gallstones, osteoarthritis, gout, breathing problems such as sleep apnea, where a person stops breathing for a short amount of time during sleep, and asthma. And finally, sugar creates advanced glycation end products, which is abbreviated AGEs, or AGE, AGE, and that is because they are oxidants and they are very aging. So if you want wrinkles and you want dull skin and ugly patches and what do they call those, age spots and all that kind of thing, eat a lot of sugar. AGs are formed when sugar reacts with proteins or lipids. So all those high protein diets or the high fat diets like the keto diet, that is called glycation. And research shows that some AGE formation occurs when blood glucose levels are over 85 milligrams per deciliter, which that isn't even a high blood sugar. That's definitely, a pre-eating all of the kids' Halloween candy blood sugar. Higher blood glucose levels result in, so the higher the blood glucose level, the more AGEs you get formed. They can be a factor in aging and development or worsening of many degenerative diseases. So long-term consequences of eating your kids' Halloween candy could be diabetes, atherosclerosis, hardening of your arteries. So that's going to end up with chronic kidney disease, Alzheimer's, dementia. Sugar is not harmless. It's really terrible for you. You shouldn't eat it. If you want something sweet, you should have fruit. The whole fruit, and nothing but the fruit. And so you're probably like, but what do I give out at Halloween? Well, I give out little super balls, or you could give out glow sticks, or you can give out little toys, or things like that. You can turn off the lights and not give out anything. It's not good for us to be around it. It's definitely not safe to give our kids. And just because it's everywhere and it's in everything, it doesn't mean that it's not harmful. In fact, it's more harmful because we're getting a ton of it, whether or not we even want it in our diet. If you eat any processed food, you're getting a ton of it. So I hope and I pray that this ruins sugar for you, and the next time you want some sugar, or you see those fun size, there's nothing fun about diabetes. There's nothing fun about heart attacks or losing family members way before their time because sugar was put in everything and they ate some. It's not funny. It's not funny to have PMS and crazy cravings and go insane with your hormones and get acne. It's not fun to be fat. It's not fun to have diabetes or lose a limb or lose your eyesight or your kidneys. There's nothing fun about that. There's nothing fun about sugar. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, and I'll talk to you soon.